Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm just going to go straight to WSB3. We have several tornado warnings already, some tornado observed, confirmed. Um, we're going to get straight into this. Thank you for all joining. Thank you for coming here. Um, this is very serious, very dangerous. Um, so I'm going right now. Right now, I'm in the Nebraska, Colorado, Kansas border in that little corridor right there. Um, Look at this gust front that's already started here, this outflow boundary from these storms. Um, like I said, I got to pick a tornado, which one I want to choose first. We got four in this area. I'm going to start with a tornado observed here in Colorado. Let me get it going here. I'm going to get GR2 set up on my side so I can get it where I'm be easier to look at also. So, like I said, I'm just getting everything set up. I just jumped in here because this is a very dangerous situation with these storms. So, just bear with me a minute if you don't mind. Um, we're going to do this. All right. The first one, this tornado observed. Um, at th- this tornado observed warning does expire at 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time for eastern Kit Carson County. At 3:30, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Bethune, or 8 miles west of Burlington, moving south at 15 miles per hour. It was radar indicated. Impacted towns include Burlington and Bethune. It was observed by a weather spotters. The other tornado warning here also remains in effect until 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's for north central Cheyenne County and east central Colorado, south central Kit Carson County and east central Colorado. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 9 miles south of Vona and 10 miles southwest of Stratton, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. Weather spotters did report a funnel cloud on this storm, this tornado warning. The other two tornado warnings, I'm just going to talk about them real quick. Then I'm going to go to GR2 and pull up the 3D and everything and show that. I just want to get the message out real quick. All right. Let me click on it here, get it. Okay, tornado warning was issued from the Goodland, Kansas National Weather Service at 4:43 Central Daylight Time. It is for the southeastern Rawlins County in northwestern Kansas until 5:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 4:43 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles southeast of Atwood, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. At this time, it's showing tornado is radar indicated rotation. Um, According to the National Weather Service, this tornadic thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of southeastern Rawlins County. The other tornado warning we have here is a tornado warning for Hitchcock County. It was issued at 4:54 Central Daylight Time. For Hitchcock County, it will expire at 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The storm which promoted the warning has weakened below severe limits and no longer appears capable of producing a tornado. Therefore, the warning will be allowed to expire. However, gusty winds are still possible with this thunderstorm, and there is a tornado watch in effect in this area until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time for northwestern Kansas and southwestern Nebraska. So that's basically saying they're going to let it expire. But if you look, this storm does have a TVS of 12 and 6. The TVS, which is a tornado vortex signature, has a low level delta velocity of 123 knots, maximum delta velocity of 123 knots. Base height is 4.9 thousand feet. Depth is less than 25,000 feet. The other tornado signature is a level 6. Low level delta velocity is 63 knots. Maximum delta velocity is 63 knots. Base height is 4.7 thousand feet. Depth is less than 10,000 feet. Like I said, I'm going to pull up GR2 now in this area, but I want to zoom out and show this gust front that's occurring on these storms as they move into Kansas towards Colby. You see it stretches all the way from Yuma into this northeast of Colby off the storm that's going through McCook area right now. And they just issued a new tornado warning. At 3:42 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Goodland, Kansas, National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for northeastern Cheyenne County and east central Colorado, southeastern Kit Carson County and eastern Colorado until 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. At 3:57 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was capable of producing a tornado was located 14 miles south of Burlington, moving southeast at 15 miles per hour. This is radar indicated rotation at this time. Like I said, we will go to GR2 now and pull it up and look at these tornado warnings. Apparently, we only have 2 going at this moment, but with these storms already producing tornadoes that have been observed by weather spotters, fire department, they are capable of producing more tornadoes. I'm going to zoom out real quick. We also have a tornado warning in Minnesota. I'll go to it right now. It's near just south of Rochester, Minnesota. Let me change radar sites. So we've got 3 tornado warnings at this time. All 3 are saying radar indicated tornadoes. There we go. Get it pulled up here as soon as WSB3 catches up with me. Alright, on this tornado warning here in Minnesota, at 4:56 Central Daylight Time, it was issued. Tornado thunderstorm which promptly has moved out of the warning. The warning has been canceled according to them. But this is the new tornado warning. Tornado warning remains in effect until 5:15 Central Daylight Time for northeastern Freeborn County. At 4:56 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Blooming Prairie, or 12 miles northwest of Austin, moving at 25 miles per hour. Weather spotters did report a funnel cloud on this tornado warning. According to the National Weather Service, this tornadic thunderstorm will remain mainly over rural areas of northeastern Freeborn County. But still, just because it's in a rural area doesn't mean that there's probably houses and people that live out there. Like I said, I'm going to go GR2 and we'll pull all these up on GR2 real quick. Alright, and you see I'm over the Goodland, Kansas storm at this time with GR2 using the Goodland radar site. We're looking at these tornado warnings. This right here um, was a possible rain route tornado, was reported by a storm chaser 1 mile north of Bethune at 325 MT. Um, I don't know if that's possibly a highway out there. Um, Public also reported flash flooding in the area via Twitter. Street flooding 1 mile south and 2 miles west of Burlington. It included a video showing the street flooding. All right, we're going to pull up the GR2 3D on this tornadic thunderstorm and see what we got. There you can see the reflectivity of this thunderstorm. You tell it's pushing it for around 50,000 feet. We'll get our rotation here. There's a lot of rotation in this storm. It's probably hard to tell, but it's just a massive rotation. I imagine this is possibly a wall cloud that is rotating with this mass that may have dropped a possible funnel cloud earlier. Since it's such a large area of rotation. Okay, we're gonna go up here to this other tornado warning. This up here. We'll look around. You see, they even had 82-mile-per-hour thunderstorm wind gusts with these thunderstorms as they're moving through. And you can see, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. You can see this gust front here, and there's also another one that's forming down here on this storm toward Cheyenne Wells. So these are very powerful thunderstorms. And we'll zoom out here, give us a 3D view of this. I just saw a meso detection pop up on GR2. Look, these are very low cloud storms. They're probably looking at the 3D. You're probably looking at maybe 7,000 feet off the ground. There's your rotation in this thunderstorm. See how it's well defined here in the middle with a large rotation, large area of rotation, with also more areas around it, a smaller rotation. We'll look at it from the top. This is if you're looking straight down on the storm. I'll pull up the storm relative on the 3D. You see this is the red and green on the storm relative. Then your base velocity. See how dark that green is and the red is? There's your rotation that's going around this area. Alright. There's that one. Now we need to jump over to Minnesota and pull up that one on GR2. But this one has a threshold of 9 for meso detection. 1.3 is 21,000 feet, almost 22,000 feet. 1.2 is 18,000 feet. 1.0 is 14,000 feet. 1.1 is at 11,000 feet, and 1.1 again at 8,800 feet. So I'm going to go over to the Minnesota tornado warning and look at it. Give GR2 a minute to get going. while it's downloading, um, at, at 4:28, a train spotter reported a brief rope tornado in, 2 miles south of Lemon, Minnesota, in Steele County. At, at 4:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 3 miles northwest of Ellendale in Steele, Montana, a train spotter phoned a report of damage to a corn, possibly from the tornado. Then we had another funnel cloud spotted at 4:32 Central Daylight Time, 1 mile east of Ellendale in Steele County, Minnesota, by a train spotter. You notice this has got a small hook on this tornado warning. This is going through Brown Perry, Blooming Perry, Lansing, Waltham, Brownsdale. It's in that area. We're going to pull up the 3D on it. It's about 40,000 feet. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's very little rotation on this. I can barely see it in this storm, but it is there. Um, I'm trying to get it at an angle. Hopefully you can see it better out there. If I can see it better here. But it's very light. I'm going to go back to the other tornado warnings at this time. In Rawlins, Kansas. Let this pull up. See if I see anything different. TVS threshold of 9.1 is near Atwood at this moment. You see it by the triangle. Not only these are producing possible tornadoes, but large hail, almost 4-inch hail on this thunderstorm just south of Burlington. That's headed towards Cheyenne Wells. They just issued new severe thunderstorm warning in front of this tornado warning. National Weather Service in Goodland has issued a severe thunderstorm warning at 5:10 p.m. Central Daylight Time. For northwest Thomas County in northwestern Kansas, northwestern Sheridan County in northwestern Kansas, southeastern Rawlins County in northwestern Kansas, southwestern Decatur County in northwestern Kansas until 6 p.m. Daylight time, Central Daylight Time. Locations impacted include Rexford, Selden, Jim, and Melmo. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I got to mute my mic. Sorry about that. I'm back. All right. Like I said, tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time for northwestern Kansas. All right. We'll check see about that tornado warning up in Minnesota. I'm gonna swap back over to WSV3 real quick. They may let this tornado warning expire in um, Minnesota. I mean, what it says. All right. They're short the actual tornado warning up here, but they did issue a severe thunderstorm warning in front of it. National Weather Service in La Crosse has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Mower County in southern Minnesota, southwestern Dodge County in southeastern Minnesota until 5:45 Central Daylight Time. At 4:49, a severe thunderstorm was located near Brownsdale, or 9 miles north of Austin, moving southeast at 40 miles per hour. Law enforcement reported nickel-sized hail near Waseca around 4 p.m. and a brief tornado touchdown near Ellendale around 4:30 p.m. This is Central Daylight Time. You notice the storm says tornado possible. We'll pull up velocity real quick. Right here, 40, this right here is probably the rotation that they're seeing. 44 mile per hour outgoing. Then you got 35 mile per hour incoming. This right here is probably some new rotation that's happening in this area. So they just can't let that tornado warning expire. But I would not be shocked if it does not go back tornado warning due to the rotation it's going through at this moment. Right here. We'll pull up the storm relative velocity. You can see on storm relative, this area right here is rotating. And then you got a little bit back here on the back side of the storm also showing rotation in these pixels. Wind is picked up 65 mile an hour. You got 20 mile per hour, so you probably then you got 29 mile per hour incoming and 65 mile per hour incoming. You got about 100 mile per hour gate to gate shear on this storm, which means the rotation, you add the incoming and the outgoing, you get about 100 mile an hour of gate to gate shear in this area. All right, I'm going to go back to KGLD and look at that tornado warning down, those tornado warnings and those storms down there. Northwest of Cannon Falls. Is that in what town is that? What state is that, Bella? Is that in Colorado, Kansas? New tornado warning right here. Well, I mean, new thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm warning. Let this catch up to Goodland. Minnesota. Okay, I'll go back up there just a second. These tornado warnings have been canceled or expired, but I want to show you. Look at this gust front back here in the back. This is outgoing winds because it's going away from the radar. That tells you how strong these winds are. 40 mile per hour winds in this area. You got 63 mile an hour winds outgoing just south of Goodland, Kansas. Right here you got 80. Look at this. 82-mile-per-hour winds, 83-mile-per-hour winds in this severe thunderstorm warning, where the tornado warning was at earlier. So these are very strong winds, very damaging winds. Anything in its path can possibly be destroyed with these high winds. Okay, there's no tornado warnings on this. I'm gonna swap back over to base base reflectivity. Earlier today, these storms were separated. You had a storm up here in Colorado. You had a storm in system up in Nebraska. They have now combined and making a large frontal system, large squall line of storms. You can still see the gust front right here, how it stretches into a severe line here. Same as here. There, you can call them an outflow boundary, but commonly they're called gust fronts. Usually when you get those, the bad stuff's coming behind it. There's even a small outflow boundary on the front of this storm right here. And I'll go back to the Kansas storm, also the Minnesota storm. I want to thank everybody for coming here, watching us. Like I said, this is a very serious situation. Bella, I need if you're still here, Cannon Falls, is it near Minneapolis or Rochester? Because I don't see the, let me see if I see this, because I want to pull it up very, Bill, pull up that area. We'll use KPMX. There's a storm right here that says tornado possible. We'll look at it, look at the velocity. This is near Stillwater. It's a tornado possible severe thunderstorm near Hudson, North St. Paul, Minnesota. See large hail, there's some hail with this. You see the hail core right there. At 5:09 Central Daylight Time, the National Weather Service in Twin Cities issued a severe thunderstorm warning for central Washington County and east central Minnesota until 5:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm was located over Lake Elmo, or 12 miles east of St. Paul, and is nearly stationary. Ping pong sized hail. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Bring Fido and Fluffy in. They don't have helmets, but they don't need a head injury. Locations impacted include Woodbury, Oakdale, Stillwater, Lake Elma, Bayport, Afton, Oak Park Heights, Lakeland, Lakeland Shores, Lake St. Croix Beach, St. Mary's Point, and Lake Elmo Airport. With this being almost stationary, this is the reason they put the flash flood warning, because there's a heavy rain and it's causing localized flooding in this area. We'll move to this storm here. This storm near Milesville, Hampton, Cannon Falls. It does look like it's trying to form a hook. Read this thunderstorm warning out to you. It was issued at 5:14 Central Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm remains in effect at 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southeastern Dakota and northwestern Goodhue counties. At 5:14 Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles northwest of Cannon Falls, or 13 miles northeast of Northfield, moving at 20 miles per hour. Ping-pong size hail and 60-mile wind gust. Locations impacted include Cannon Falls, Hampton, Randolph, Maysville, and New Trier. And it is trying to form a hook. I'm gonna pull the storm reflectivity up. Let it scan. You see some rotation in this area at this moment. I'm gonna go to GR2, and pull it up just a second. I want to see if it'll pull up the hail size before I go there. There we go. 3.2-inch hail, 2.5-inch hail, almost 3.5-inch hail in this severe thunderstorm. You got an average, I would say an average of 2.5-inch hail in this storm. And they did shorten it a little bit at this moment because most of it's moved out, but that hook is getting impressive near Cannon Falls. Like I said, I'm gonna go to GR2 on it. Once I get it set up, so bear with me one moment. Make sure I'm pulling up right one. Hold on 1 second. Give it a second to load. There we go. All right. The hook just broke off of it. But we're going to pull up 3D anyway to look at it. It doesn't look as well defined as it was earlier. There is rotation in it, impressive rotation in this storm. I'm going to get a better 3D view of this storm. I'm going to look at the storm relative from the top. Now look at the rotation compared to it. You see that the rotation is at an angle at this time. It's angling up. It's trying to reach back here onto the ground. It might be touching the ground actually. All right, we've got a tornado warning in Kansas. I'm going to it real quick. Just saw that. Give this time to load. KGLD. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do a split screen here. 2-panel screen. Let me get it set up. If you look at the storm relative, you see the rotation right here. How great this rotation is. That's where we're going to pull the 3D signature up on this right here. Lots of rotation in this storm. a second to pull up. Holy smokes. Yes, look at the rotation in this storm. It's jumbled together, but it is a lot. It's pretty impressive. Look at this. Look at this rotation going. So you can see it happening right there. You can see where it's almost touching the ground. I'm waiting to see if it's confirmed or anything. I'm gonna read off the warning real quick. Um, at 4:23 Mountain Standard Time, National Weather Service in Goodland issued a tornado warning for western Wallace County and west central Kansas until 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Mountain Daylight Time. At 4:23 Mountain Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 12 miles north of Weskin or 15 miles northwest of Sharon Springs, moving southeast at 15 miles per hour. Tornado and hail up to 2 inches has been indicated by radar. Locations impacted include Sharon Springs and Weskin. Like I said, we're going to look at the 3D again. There's your reflectivity on the 3D. This is your velocity. Here's the storm relative. You see the bright green and red here in this corner. How the bright green meets the red. Now it's just a lot of rotation here. This may have been a large rotating wall cloud that may have caused the radar to indicate this tornado. If you look at it, you see how low this is. I'm trying to give y'all a good view of it. I'm squinting myself to look at it. This is probably about 5,000 feet up to probably about, I say almost 50,000 feet. And you see how it is right here. This is where it's showing the inrot, which is the rotation on the ground, where they think it's touching. Radar is picking up that it's touching. There's even a darker line, darker area right here of the rotation. You see all the red and green here. I'm gonna swap this over to base velocity. You can see how the red and green meet. This is a large rotating wall cloud possibly. If you're in Sharon Springs, Wallace, Sharon Springs, or Wallace, or Weskin, take cover immediately. These storms are headed your way. I'll go back to WSP3 in a minute to pull up the correlation coefficient to see if there's anything. Alright, there we go. We're looking at the 3D here. Again, you see all the rotation that's inside this storm, this tornadic cell. I'm going to swap over WSV3 to pull up the correlation coefficient on this storm. So give me a second. I gotta move it out. It's like we're flying down here. KGLD. There we go. All right, on this storm, this tornado warning, I'm gonna pull up the correlation coefficient to see if there's any type of debris balls. I'm gonna let it go through a couple scans. Because this just looks like radar feedback possibly. And then I'm gonna compare it to the storm relative also to see if there's anything there. Let it do a couple sweeps. All right, let's look in this area right here. I'm gonna pull up storm relative and compare it to where we see velocity at. Let it give me a new scan. That's very possible. It could be something, some debris, but there's your rotation right there. We're looking at 80 mile per hour outgoing winds in this tornadic cell. 81, 80, 83 on storm relative. Let it get a new scan. It's like it froze up on me for a second. You can see the gust front also still going on this storm. There's a TVS of 6. This tornado vortex signature, low level delta velocity 61 knots, maximum delta velocity 69 knots, base height is 1.6 thousand feet, depth is less than 26,000 feet. You see they put a meso discussion up at this moment in this area. There's also out here a tornado vortex signature out here of a 10. Low level delta velocity is 98 knots. Maximum delta velocity is 98 knots. Base height is 4.9 thousand feet. Depth is less than 11,000 feet. It's TVS of 6, and these are not even severe warned. Delta velocity is 61 knots. Maximum delta velocity is 61 knots. Base height is 1.9 thousand feet. Depth is less than 5,000 feet. I'm gonna make sure we don't have any more tornado warnings at this time. This is the only one we've got. We're gonna stay on it till it goes away. I'm gonna pull up storm relative again. Still we got this area of 103 mile per hour winds. It's 103 mile per hour winds, people. Yeah. So these are very high, very dangerous winds. They give me another scan that's going through. Let it finish its scan. Like I said, these are out here in the outflow in this gust front that's going through 102 mile per hour, 110, 113, 115 mile per hour winds out here on this gust front of wind. So these storms are very dangerous. That's near Cheyenne Wells. That's That's hurricane force winds out here at 100 something mile per hour. Like I said, these are very dangerous. I will pull up the reflectivity real quick so you can see. If you're in Cheyenne Wells, you're feeling these storms at this time, this wind. You see, we still have these gust front outflow boundaries going with these storms. There's not only you got the high winds, you got the hail and flooding. Remember, turn around, don't drown. So, uh, like I said, I'm gonna watch this tornado warning this time. Keep an eye on it. It says it expires at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, all right. Sorry, I had to take a drink real quick. All right, let me check, make sure there's no other tornado warnings. It's the only one we have right now. And I'm gonna go back to GR2 on this after I pull the correlation coefficient one more time. See what we got. I don't see anything that might be a possible debris ball. I see a bunch of scuddiness in here um, in the radar, but I don't see any type of debris ball at this moment. Pull up storm relative velocity, let it get set. They do the scans. If you're in Russell Springs, you're getting ready to get hit with this front. As you can see, this is a major storm system. And when we were doing our forecast this morning, we knew it was going to be bad in this area. All right, let me go back to reflectivity. And I'm going to swap over GR2 to look at the 3D of it. See, here we are back with GR2. I'm going to change this one to storm relative. You see all this velocity right here in storm relative pushing towards that area. So that's a lot of wind in this area right here. I'm gonna try to pull up the 3D. It's hard to say where to pull up 3D because there's a lot of it. There's your 3D of the base reflectivity. See, it's just a mess of rotation. So it's probably a rotating wall cloud um, in this system. I'm gonna go up top and look at it. The reason I say that is because it's such a large area of rotation. It's probably right. If there is a tornado, it may be right in here. It's possibly rain wrapped in all this. If there was a tornado, we're waiting to see if it's got confirmed or anything. Right now, it's still radar indicated. They have not updated that was confirmed or anything at this moment. And we know that there's spotters out there. like I said, we're gonna keep watching these to see what happens. Yeah, it looks like it got a little blurry. I'm sorry about that. It's just this thing changing shape real quick. I'm gonna go back to one panel, see if it looks better. Because it looks blurry on my screen for some reason. Let's change to one panel. Alright, still kind of blurry right now. I don't know why. I apologize for being blurry. I'm waiting for a new update. It should be here in about 3 seconds. See what we got. Okay, it's downloading new update. So this tornado warning is still in western Wallace County for until 5 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So we're still got. They may let it expire, or they may um, continue this tornado warning, expand it, extend it. But a new severe thunderstorm warning was issued at 4:38 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time out of Goodland, Kansas. Severe thunderstorm warning for Wallace County in west central Kansas, western Logan County in west central Kansas until 5:30 Mountain Daylight Time or 6:30 Central Daylight Time. Reason is they're doing Mountain and Central is because it's on the area where it changes from Mountain to Central. At 4:38 Mountain Daylight Time, 5:38 Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 14 miles northwest of Sharon Springs, moving at 20 southeast at 20 miles per hour. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. Locations include Sharon Springs, Weston, and Wallace, Kansas. The tornado watch still remains in effect until 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time and 8 p.m. Mountain Central Daylight Time. I got to figure out why this is so blurry. I'm gonna go back to WSB3 since GR2 is blurry. See if it's better than this one. See if it looks better. Is it blurry on the screen for you guys? Because this looks blurry to me on the feed I'm watching. It's hard to read. I don't know why. I may have to restart GR2. Yes, because it just got blurry all of a sudden. It was looking good earlier in the stream. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shut them down one at a time. Has it clear? All right, Bella, does it look better now? Because I'm looking at it. Yeah, it looks clear now. It looks, I can see it now. It's gotten better. All right, they let that tornado warning expire. Okay, yeah, looks good now. It was blurry there for a moment. It's better now. I'm gonna look see if we got any tornado warnings or anything real quick. Uh, New tornado warning in Minnesota. Cannon Falls. Going to it. Let me get me a radar. KMPX, which is out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. We got two tornado warnings just popped up. Okay, we're gonna go with the northern tornado warning. At 5:43, at 5:48 Central Daylight Time, a tornado warning was issued for until 6:15 for Central Goodhoe County. At 5:48, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado will locate 7 miles northwest of Goodhue or 12 miles southwest of Red Wing, moving at 30 miles per hour. Excuse me. Weather spotters did confirm a funnel cloud. This dangerous storm will be near Goodhoe at 6:05 p.m. Mountain Standard Central Daylight Time. You can see there's a small hook right here in this storm. All right, I'm gonna move down to the other tornado warning that's just south of this one in Minnesota. Going into, make sure, going into Iowa. At 5:48 Central Daylight Time, the National Weather Service at La Crosse issued a tornado warning for northeastern Mitchell County in central Iowa, northwestern Howard County in northeastern Iowa, and south central Mower County in southern southeastern Minnesota until 6:30 Central Daylight Time. At 5:48 Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Adams, or 13 miles southeast of Austin, moving at 25 miles per hour. Locations: tornado and ping pong sized hail have been is indicated with this. This dangerous storm will be near Riceville around 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Other locations include Rose T54 at A31, McIntyre, Johnsburg, Meyer, Bailey, County V10, and 40th Street. Oops, went too much on that. I'm gonna pull up storm reflectivity on this one. See, I'm getting a lot of range folding on this storm. I'm gonna have to change radar feeds because I'm getting a lot of range folding to get this lower storm. But since I'm close to this one, I'll pull it up here and then go back to the other one with another radar feed. There's the rotations that they're seeing on radar on this storm, on storm relative velocity. Like I said, I will get this pulled up on all right. Two separate reports of a funnel cloud at 5:46 p.m. on the Goodhue storm. It was a trained spotter reported two separate reports of a funnel cloud with this storm. So we're gonna go to GR2 and pull it up on there. You see it's got a small hook right there. So we'll go to GR2, pull up the 3D on this. We're going to start with a good hue tornado warning because that's the one with the warning at this time. With all right. As you notice here near White Rock, um, 4 miles south-southwest of Vasa in Good Hue Camp, Minnesota, a train spotter did report a funnel cloud. Two separate reports of a funnel cloud in this storm. This is the one that came out of Cannon Falls earlier. I'll get the 3D right here so we can look at it. We're about 40,000 feet for this storm. We'll go to rotation. Hold on 1 second. Um, you see the little small rotation right now? Sorry, I'm trying to. As you can see it, there's a little bit of a rotation in this storm. It's not like we've been seeing, but it's still a small rotation. That's what the radar is picking up on this one. Noticing that rotation. Alright, I'm going to see how this does moving down to this other storm because it is kind of far from it. I'm going to see if we can pick up 3D on this one. There's a storm. It's about 9,000 feet off the ground up to about 40,000 feet. There's the rotation in this storm at this moment. Um, you see it right there. See it in 3D. All right. I'm gonna pull up base velocity here. See if it. There's the possible rotation that they're seeing. See the bright red pixel right here. This is the area that they're watching. They're concerned about. I'll zoom in right here. See if we get a better look at this rotation. On this 3D. It's still about the same looking, even though I got right where the pixels were on the storm. Alright. But you see the one little pixel right there. It's representing 40 mile per hour winds at this moment with that. Alright, I'm going to swap over to storm relative. And you can see it right in here. Sometimes when we pull this up on 3D, you only get half the storm. So we got to zoom out a little bit more to pick this up. There's a little bit more better view of the 3D rotation in this tornado warning. I'm going to go back to base reflectivity, see what we got. There's a small hook in this area on this one tornado warning. I'm going to go back up here to good this other tornado warning real quick. You can see there's a small hook on it as it's left good White Rock moving towards Goodhue. We're going to pull up the 3D on it. I don't like that. Hold on one second. I didn't like why I grabbed it. I'm going to grab a different view of it. There we go. There's the rotation in this severe in this tornado warning. See how it's leaning? There's your blue and green. How it's leaning back right there. That's the rotation located in this severe thunderstorm. Mm. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Um, it was a jump on the fly. We had to get the word out to everyone. Um, really took me a little bit to get set up. I'm sorry, but sometimes you just got to go and make it work. All right, I'm gonna check this other one, make sure. That's only two tornado warnings. There's a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings with this today going. I'm gonna go back down to this other tornado warning. I'm looking at reflectivity. I don't see a pronounced hook or anything on it, but we'll pull it up. We'll pull 3D up on it. A little bit, still not as impressive area of rotation on this storm. So so excuse me. Dr. Pepper went down the wrong way. But to let everybody know, all my mods know right now, I'm okay. My back is not hurting. I'm good. I'm here for the long haul tonight. However long I need to stay, I'm staying. So I moved back up here to this good host storm. I'm gonna swap over to WSB3 to look at correlation coefficient on these. So give me a second. Let me swap over to them. On this storm down here in Riceville, McIntyre, that's going into Iowa, I don't see any type of anything that's showing a possible debris ball on it. Um, so, um, yeah, Tyler, there's a lot of flood warnings in Kansas. There's a that system just getting dumping so much water at this time, so much water, so much rain that the ground is so saturated already from the previous nights of storms that it's just it can't hold anymore. It can not hold any more rainwater. It is just overflowing. But if you, like I said, if you turn around, don't drown, in these storms. Um, so we got this scan. You saw like a little ball right here. That's nothing. That was just part of the radar feed. I'm going to watch this little area right there and make sure it's not anything because it's dark green. I'm just looking at the percentage of it. At this time, um, let it go through another scan. It's still sitting there. I think it's still part of the radar feed. I'm waiting for it to send me the live feed, the live sweep to go through that area. Um, I am gonna say this: if there's no more tornado warnings, I'm going to take a quick break. But looks like they may have extended this tornado warning here. Well, they shortened it up. Um, they actually shortened it up a little bit. Um, in effect, until 6:30 Central Daylight Time for northwestern Mitchell and northwestern Howard and south central Mower counties. So they did kind of shorten it up because they shortened these tornado warnings up because of they're moving out of certain areas, so they want to make sure they keep everybody updated, and also take people that are out of danger, let them kind of know that the danger is past their area. Um, Appears the other tornado warning that was up here has been they let it cancel. So we only got one tornado warning at this time. I'll make sure. We'll look at the reflect. I'm going to change radar sites. Let's see if there's one a little bit closer that we get a better view on it. I'm going to go over here to La Crosse because that's where the tornado warning came from, out of that National Weather Service site. Just let it get caught up here. There we go. And let it get a new scan. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna swap over GR2 on this storm because I'd already changed radar sites on it. I'm gonna pull up the storm relative. There's a lot of rotation right there, just northwest of McIntyre. I'm gonna get a 3D view of it. It's still radar indicated. I don't like that view. It's like when you get in there and you do the 3D view, sometimes it cuts off the important part. And you're trying to get the whole system, but you're only getting part of it. But you can look down and you see the little hook part in the storm right there. Let me look at it. Get the rotation. There's your rotation right there that they're seeing. And radar is picking up. See it right through here and drops down. I'm gonna go back to base velocity, pull it up. Alright. This scan is you see the scan right there? Looks like it may have went away. The rotation may have got hidden in this scan. Hold on. Right now, this is the only tornado warning we have at this moment. They've even shortened up the severe thunderstorm warning at this time in this location. Yeah, this is yeah, this is northern Iowa at this time. So if you're in McIntyre, Riceville, I would even say Saratoga, you need to be weather aware because these storms are capable of producing tornado. I'm gonna swap over to WSV3 real quick. Um, I got a track on this storm at this moment. It says it will be in McIntyre at 6:16 Central Daylight Time. Leroy is 6:17 Central Daylight Time. 6:27 in Riceville. Line Springs at 6:43 and Elma at 6:46. That's all Central Daylight Time with this tornado warning. If it keeps its composure, we'll pull up storm velocity and look at it. We'll go to base velocity. Yeah, there's 50 mile per hour outgoing and 25 mile per hour incoming. You probably got 100 mile an hour gate to gate shear in this one little spot. Here's another spot of 50 mile per hour outgoing with 19 mile per hour incoming, 35 mile per hour incoming. So you probably got 80 mile per hour gate to gate shear at that location. Let's pull up the correlation coefficient. Really don't see anything like a debris ball or anything. I'm gonna see if they've updated it, saying anything if it's been confirmed or anything. It still says radar indicated. No new updates on that. Okay. They have let it expire or they canceled it at this time. I'm going to go back to reflectivity. All right. We're going to look see if there's any tornadoes at this time, any severe thunderstorm warnings. I mean, this time there's no tornado warnings. Um, I'm gonna move down here to the Kansas border. All right, let me go back down here to Kansas because that's where this line was earlier. There's a lot of TVS markers on this frontal system. This line, this bow that's being created. You can see the gust fronts are coming off this, the waves of gust fronts. Just give it a second, it's going to catch up. I'm going to step away for a few minutes. sorry I don't have music to play. I won't be gone more than five 5 to 7 minutes. I'm gonna be watching on my phone. So I'm gonna watch on my phone. If a tornado does come up, I'll come back in here. But I got to do something real quick, and I'll be right back. Like I said, I'm going to be watching it, and I will be chatting in the room in here on my phone. Um, but I got to get up, walk around for a minute. But think of some questions to ask me when I get back if we don't have any tornado warnings, and I will get back in here. But just give me a few minutes. Let me mute my mic, and just be sure to tell me to put my mic back on. Let me see something. I won't play. Welcome back. I'm here. Did I take my mic off mute? All right. Like I said, I'm gonna do a quick scan um, of the radars. Make sure there's no new tornado warnings or anything. I don't see one. There's lots of severe thunderstorm warnings. Um, but I'm gonna pull up the SPC real quick and show the current SPC that we got and go over that. So just where we're going right now, we're gonna go to the SPC and look at it. Give it a second to pull up here. All right, there we go. We got the SPC up here. All right, where they have this enhanced risk is where we've seen tornadoes today. Lots of tornado warnings, and this enhanced slight risk. Even this marginal risk, we see some tornadoes today. Tornado warnings. Notice there's a slight risk for lower Virginia, Tennessee, upper Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and most of North Carolina. They're all surrounded by marginal risk. All right, this is the tornado potential for today. Probability. There's a 5% risk in this area. This was done at 2:49 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Your 2% here, 2% there, and in that area of 5%. Your wind risk. There's a 15% where that slight risk is on the east side. In the southeast, there's a 30% chance of high winds right where we've had those tornado warnings today. And the hail, still the same. 30% risk of large hail surrounded by a 15 and a 5%. 5% up in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and upper Iowa. And then a 5% Tennessee, extreme northwest Georgia, northern Alabama, Mississippi, and the St. Louis, Arkansas area right here. This is what it reads. Um, um, this was done at 2:49 Central Daylight Time. The new one should be out around 8 p.m. Should be coming out very soon. They should be releasing a new one. There's an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms parts of central high plains. There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across parts of Tennessee Valley eastward to Atlantic seaboard. Significant severe hail and wind gusts are possible across the central high plains during the late afternoon to mid-evening. Scattered damaging winds possible from the Tennessee Valley to the Carolinas, Southern Virginia through early evening. The main change to the outlook is to reorient the enhanced risk area in the central high plains. The enhanced has been shifted eastward and goes from southwest Nebraska and far northeastern Colorado into southwest Kansas, which is aligned with the projected track of ongoing severe thunderstorms. The hail and wind probabilities have been changed according to the updated position of the enhanced risk area. Severe probabilities have been removed from parts of central and northern high plains to the north and northeast of the ongoing convection. We're going to look at the thunderstorm risk for this area. You see from 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time to 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This is the 40% chance risk over the Colorado, Kansas, and then the 40% chance here across the southeast. From 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time to 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time, you see the risk changes to 40% over the Texas Oklahoma Panhandle, but still a 10% in the remaining areas. We're going to look at the current watches at this time. All right, we're going to look at the tornado watch. National Weather Service, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a tornado watch for portions of eastern Colorado, northwest Kansas, southwest Nebraska, effective until from 11:45 a.m. this morning until 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Primary threats include a couple of tornadoes possible, widespread large hail, scattered very large hail events up to 4 inches in diameter is likely. Scattered damaging winds and isolated significant gusts to 80 mile per hour likely. We have also seen higher than 80 mile per hour in some of these storms already today. Multiple discrete supercells will pose a risk for potentially giant hail and a couple tornadoes through this afternoon. This activity should eventually grow upscale into a south-southeast moving cluster with an increasing risk for severe wind gusts toward early evening. The tornado watch is approximately along a 70 statute miles east and west of a line from 50 miles northeast of Sidney, Nebraska to 50 miles southeast of Goodland, Kansas. Remember, a tornado watch means conditions are favorable for tornadoes and severe thunderstorms in and close to the watch area. Persons in these areas should be on the lookout for threatening weather conditions and listen to later statements and possible warnings. Alright, we're going to go look at the severe thunderstorm watch. This severe thunderstorm watch, number 580, was issued at 6:10 Central Daylight Time for portions of western and central Kansas, effective until 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Primary threats include scattered damaging winds, likely with isolated significant gusts to 90 miles per hour possible. Isolated large hail events to 1.5 inches in diameter are possible. A tornado or two is also possible. A severe thunderstorm complex now becoming a well organized over northwestern Kansas with a history of measured severe wind should sweep southeastward across the watch area through this evening. The main concern will be severe gusts through the isolated hail is possible and a tornado cannot be ruled out. The severe thunderstorm watch area is approximately along a 70 statute mile either side of the line of 55 miles northwest of Liberal, Kansas to 50 miles southeast of Russell, Kansas. Okay. Wrong thing. It's severe thunderstorm watch. A severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for portions of middle and southwest Tennessee until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Primary threat is damaging gusty winds to 70 miles per hour. Isolated hail, 1.5 inches in diameter is possible. Scattered thunderstorms develop across Middle Tennessee may intensify as they consolidate into an east-southeast moving cluster towards southeast Tennessee. This includes Clarksville, Tennessee, Crossville, Tennessee. All right. National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm watch for central and eastern North Carolina, southeast Virginia, and coastal waters effective until 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Excuse me. Severe damaging wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour are possible. A loosely organized line of storms across west North Carolina and southwestern Virginia should continue east, while additional cells downstream may develop into multi-cell clusters. Damaging winds are the primary hazard. This includes areas like Norfolk, Virginia, Southern Pines, North Carolina. All right, we're going to look at any current meso discussions. There's one right there. Meso discussion 1730. Areas affected is central and southwest Kansas. For far east is central Colorado. Storms will probably develop southwestern into west central and southwest Kansas this evening. Severe gusts 60 to 75 miles per hour and isolated large hail are the primary threats. Radar mosaic models show a couple of intense storm clusters near Burlington, Colorado, Goodland, Kansas vicinity, and another further northeast into between Colby, Kansas, and McCook, Nebraska. This was done at 5:22 Central Standard Time, in which we know these storms are already moved into Kansas. A considerable amount of outflow associated with these storms is becoming more spatially extensive with time. Surface analysis include temperatures in the upper 80s with dew points in the middle 60s south of the ongoing storms. Recent storm scale model guidance suggests a continuation of storms through the evening as the activity moves to the south-southeast. The eastern periphery of steeper 700 to 500 millibar lapse rates is located over western Kansas with 8 to 9 degree Celsius per kilometer, 0 to 3 kilometers lapse rates. Despite some low cooling early this evening, mature cold pools and regenerative development will probably lead to storms moving toward the Garden City, Dodge City vicinity later this evening. The hail risk may focus over west central Kansas before additional linear upscale growth favors mostly a risk for severe wind gusts. Alright, we're going to go back to the radars. I'm going to go back to WSV3 in that area, and we'll see what they're talking about. You see, we're looking right here at these storms. They were in the McCook area. They're moving through Colby at South Colby at this time, just south of Interstate 70. And you see that meso discussion right here that was put out for that area. So this is our line of storms this time. It does have several TVS markers. There's a TVS marker of 9. Another TVS marker of 9. This one is a low level delta velocity of 90 knots. Maximum delta velocity is 90 knots. This one has a low delta velocity of 92 knots, but a maximum delta velocity of 119 knots. This TVS is 7, low level delta velocity of 74 knots, but the maximum delta velocity is 103 knots. It is a TVS of 5 with low level delta velocity of 54 knots. Maximum is delta velocity is 54 knots. Then there's another meso here. Delta velocity low level is 64 knots. Maximum is 64 knots. I'm going to try to get a track on these storms real quick. and see what we can pull up on them. See if we get like a little track. All right. Here's your track for these storms. Um, this will all be. I'm gonna say it in Central Daylight Time because we're moving into that time zone now. They'll be in Oakley at 6:39 Central Daylight Time. Leota at 7:57, 6:57 Central Daylight Time. 6:59 at Waukene. 7:03 at Scott City. 7:07 in Ellis. 7:13 in Hayes. 7:18 at Lacken. 7:21 in Holcomb. Garden City at 7:23 in Hoisington at 7:35. Like I said, that is all Central Daylight Time. They just issued a new tornado watch, or it's the same one. It just now popped up, so it's in there. It's a 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. WSP3 decided to, well, there's a tornado watch. We'll just show it. And then here's your severe thunderstorm watch. Like I said earlier, it's in effect until 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time. And I'll show you the dew points and the temperatures at this moment in that area. That way you know what they're talking about. Around the Garden City area. Look, Scott City's at 84 degrees. Um, Garden City's at 88. Dodge City is at 91 still. So there's still a lot of heat in this area. Great Bend is at 91. Hayes is at 88. Here's your dew points. Dew points is at 63, 68, 64, 61. And also outside that meso discussion, they're running 60 and 70, 66 degrees and 70-degree dew points. Your relative humidity for these areas is kind of low, 46 to 47. But as the storms move in, that humidity relative humidity will increase. I'm gonna look towards the Minnesota areas, see what we got up here. I don't see any warnings in Minnesota. I do see a severe thunderstorm warning in Colorado Springs. um, this severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for southeastern El Paso and northeastern Pueblo counties. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and penny-sized hail. Locations include Truckton with that severe thunderstorm warning. All right. I'm going to move over here to the Tennessee area. And we're going to zoom in right here and look at it real quick. We've got 2 severe thunderstorm warnings with this storm. especially around Columbia, McMinnville, just south of Nashville, Fayetteville, Tennessee. There's some hail being reported around Athens, Tennessee, Chattanooga. See, that's a line moving in. Lawrenceburg. There's also a flash flood warning for Nashville area. These severe thunderstorm warnings. 6:30. This was issued at 6:37 Central Daylight Time out of Huntsville for Moore County in Middle Tennessee, Northern Lincoln County in Middle Tennessee, Northwestern Franklin County in Middle Tennessee until 7:15 Central Daylight Time. At 6:36 Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Petersburg, or 12 miles north of Fayetteville, moving at 25 miles per hour. This severe thunderstorm has 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Locations include Lynchburg, Petersburg, Thames Ford Lake, Lexi Crossroads, Mulberry, Chestnut Ridge, Howell, Harmony, Belleville, and Herdlow. There's another severe thunderstorm warning also that was issued at 6:19 Central Daylight Time and remains in effect till 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time for eastern Marshall County in Middle Tennessee and Bedford County in Middle Tennessee. Locations include Shelbyville, Lewisburg, Normandy, Belfast, Rouse, and Farmington. This has 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and possibly some hail with this system. And this is that severe thunderstorm watch we talked about earlier. We'll go over here to North Carolina, look around the Raleigh area where we got one severe thunderstorm warning going at this time. It still has not pulled up the whole. Well, that radar site is down. I got to switch to KMH. It's the Raleigh radar site is down. All right, there we go. Like I said, the Raleigh site is down. This severe thunderstorm watch will expire at 7:40. Severe thunderstorm warning will expire at 7:45 p.m. because it's moving out of the area. We'll see if they reissue it real quick since we're so close to it. As you notice, it has moved near Hookerton, Kinston, Greenville. It's moved out of the Goldsboro area. We'll see if they reissue the severe thunderstorm warning before we move on. But you see there's a lot of storms that are actually moving towards the waters. I don't think they're going to reissue it. They would have probably already done that. I'm going to go back to the Kansas area where that line of thunderstorms were. So just bear with me and let me get over there. Look at the Little Rock area. You see some storms in that area at this time moving towards Memphis. There's a lot of rain around Tulsa area this time. Bartlesville, Grove. There's some storms over near Clayton, Dalhart, in New Mexico. There's a severe thunderstorm warning here. We'll look at it. It's just south of Wichita Falls here in Texas. See when it's going to expire. It's going to expire at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It was issued at 6:19 Central Daylight Time It has 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. Locations include Bellevue, Newport, Blue Grove, Vashti, Shannon, and Joy. Like I said, I'm gonna go back up here to this bow of storms in this area in Kansas. Give it time to pull up here. All right, man. There's a lot of TVS markers on this storm. Um, we're probably gonna go to 8 o'clock p.m. If there's no tornado warnings between now and 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which will be 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We may end the stream, but if I do end it, I'm going to be watching this and I will come back on if I need to. If there's a tornado warning pops up, I will come back on. But like I said, I'm gonna give it till 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time or 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Does anybody have any questions at this moment? I'll be glad to answer anything while we're watching the storms. Daryl, that's probably 6 p.m. your time. What time is it right now there in Canada? Because it's 7:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time right now. It's 4:45. Okay, so it will be 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Yeah, old Canada, old clock. Eh? That's my. Sorry, Daryl. I had to do that. Yeah, you're 3 hours behind me here in Eastern Daylight Time. Um, Anybody got any questions while we're waiting to see if any more action? You can see the gust front right here. And see how these storms. Um, One last look at Minnesota. I'm going there right now. Let me see which one I want to use. I'm gonna try the lacrosse radar. Hey, it came up. There we go around Eau Claire, Rochester. You got some severe weather coming through there. St. Cloud's got some storms up there. Brainerd, Fergus Falls. There's some rain in that area. But this is moving into the Wisconsin area at this time. Um, Pirate. Is there an area? What area are you? Where are you at right now? And I will zoom in that area. Stinky, stop with the ribs. Um, yeah, Pyre, if you tell me the area, I will zoom in on your area for you. You're right below Rochester. Okay, here we go. Can you see it okay right there? if you're in this area right here, looks like Rochester might be out of it. Let's see if I get. There's Preston, Spring Valley, Austin, Stacyville, Iowa, um, Winona. You may get 10% probability of hail, half inch on this storm near Spring Valley. Maybe some 1 inch hail up here near Lake City. But it's heading towards Spring Grove. Let me get a storm track on it for you. If you look, they're all heading to the southeast. The one here is moving southeast at 28 miles per hour. This one's moving at 25 miles per hour. So about the one around Preston's moving about 25 miles per hour southeast. So these storms are moving at the southeasterly direction. See if I get a manual track on it. At 6:55 it'd be in Wyckoff. 6:58 it'd be in Leroy. 7:12 Lime Springs. 7:17 Harmony. 7:23 Canton. 7:24 Cresco. 7:35 Ridgeway. 7:43 Spillville. 7:45 Decorah. And 7:49 Kalmar. I think a lot of those are in Iowa. So, no problem at all. Power, are you part of our Discord? If you're not a part of our Discord, join our Discord. The Discord app is free, and we'll be tracking these storms throughout the night. We have a lot of storm trackers that post radar images throughout the night, and they keep you up to date. If you ask them about an area, um, just say, "Hey, I need somebody to look at an area." They will definitely look at it for you. Cool. All right. Great. I'm glad DZ invited you. Like I said, we'll track it, and if you have any questions, just ask one of us. You can ask me or anyone that's in there, and we'll pull it up, and we'll take a live shot of the radar and tag you, and you can see it. But I'm not seeing anything at this moment. Like I said, I'm gonna give it about 5 more minutes. I'm gonna let WSV3 sit right there in Rochester at the moment. You know, we're all just we're one group. We're all a team, and this is a hobby for us that we love doing. Um, just not one of us. We're a whole group here. And yeah, I did see that tornado a while ago, and I need to change it. We're not just a bunch of guys. We got two ladies that are showing up. Some of the guys with the radar posts. Bella and Miss Wildest is stepping up their game. So guys, we gotta watch them. They're taking over now. We're gonna make. I'm gonna say this, and Miss Wildest is probably gonna deck me later, but we're gonna make her a weather nurse sooner or later. Claire and Miss Wilders and Bella both have been doing a great job helping today, posting radar images. I'm keeping everybody weather aware. Um, so, like I said, I'm gonna move the radar back down to this Kansas area. I'm gonna try the Dodge City radar site, see what I pick up. Since it's moved closer to it, wow. I'm gonna pull a velocity scan on this storm at this moment and see if we how how get some wind speeds real quick. Let it scan, do a couple scans, because I got a lot of range folding in this right now. But there's 50 mile per hour winds in this. I don't like that radar. Go back to Goodland, Kansas radar. See if it picks it up. It should be swapping over to it. There we go. I'm gonna zoom in on this wind here, guys. Look at this. 48 mile per hour winds. $53 mile per hour winds, 50 mile per hour winds. Um, this got some very high winds in this storm system. So, like I said, if you're in this area, please stay weather aware because it's moving towards you. We'll pull up storm velocity, relative velocity, real quick. I don't like that scan. Go back to reflectivity. I'm gonna get some tracks on this real quick. This will be in Waukene at 7:07, Scott City at 7:13, Ellis at 7:14, Dighton at 7:19, Ness City at 7:28, um, La Crosse at 7:31, Cimarron at 7:42, Larned at 7:45, Dodge City at 7:48, Kinsley at 7:50. All that is Central Daylight Time. Okay, I'm gonna take one last look before I end the stream. Before we go, hey Northwest, you might want to text them or get in touch with them and let them know the storm is coming towards them. Yeah, definitely. I would go ahead and give them a heads up. Um, you saw the time it would be there. They're probably going to be experiencing 80. I'm gonna say 70, 80, 90 mile per hour winds in this storm when it gets there in the next 45 minutes. Because some of these storms are saying 80 mile per hour winds, 70 to 80 mile per hour winds. I wouldn't be surprised there's some 90 mile per hour wind gusts with this coming through. But I don't see any more tornado warnings. We're gonna go over to Discord. I will be in general chat. Um, but like I said, I want to thank everybody for coming in for this stream. Um, Please like, subscribe, join us on Discord. I appreciate it. The whole group, the team appreciates everybody coming in tonight. Thank you. Um, Stay weather aware and go to Discord. We'll keep you posted on Discord. If there is any tornado warnings that comes out, we'll be tracking them there. And if it gets too bad, I will go back live again. Um, I don't have a problem starting this back up. I'm actually going to leave OBS running just in case if I got to come back up. So if y'all need anything, meet us there and I'll talk with y'all in there.